Okay, so this is my attempt to show people the breakdown of my pyramid court, which is definitely not set up at the moment. As you can see, pretty much everything I have folds up and fits into the corner of my garage. But today I'm just going to show you the 3 basic board types that I have, and why I believe the 45-degree angle is absolutely necessary for gameplay, for both the top and the bottom of the goal and the 2 back fins. The side fins, I'm very open to suggestion. Mine are just based on convenience and portability. But let me detach here and I'll show you some of the simple parts of it before I get into some of the throws. This is the actual goal that we use. It's seen a lot of punishment. It's pretty well finished, but don't paint pyramid balls and attempt to throw pyramid balls at them, because that will mess up your paint job. What we do use is piano hinge for our angles, and we use them for both the top and the bottom. And to compensate for the piano hinge being able to fold up and down, so the way I wanted the whole thing set up was I wanted the top to be able to fold down, the bottom to be able to fold up, the back support mechanism to be able to fold up as well. And the way it basically works is 1 pin here, you pull that and everything is able to then fold up from the hinges on up. Of course, these parts right here, these are just wing nuts. The whole thing is attached with about 6 to 8 just carriage bolt assemblies. And of course, this is my jury rig return mechanism, which is not nearly as nice as I want it, but it's on the summer project list. Same thing for the back goal points. They are also set up for piano hinge. I'll actually fold this one up and do a takedown real quick of this. Okay, it drops on out both sides. Second one's always a little harder than the first because there's drag on it. Okay, comes off, and without having a separate hand free, might be a little difficult, but I'll attempt to push it up with my head. And the other one, and there we go. That's what I call a Starscream, because if you remember the old Transformer, Starscream pretty much looked the same way when it folded up. Its wings stayed in like this, but that is what creates the angle for the top. And I know that's the hard part, that people are having trouble with creating that top angle in an efficient manner. That piano hinge is very strong. These boards have seen about 2 years worth of punishment and they have not fallen apart. So then when it's all set up, or taken down I should say, my thing's facing the wrong way. That's okay though, I'm not that embarrassed. And oh well, either way you get the point. This bottom part, the hinge right here, this is kind of important to notice. That hinge comes flush to my cut lines here. And that pretty much, I mean, that doesn't look very strong, but when it is down, it takes a beating. And then as long as they're flush here, you're going to be good to go with your support. Okay, once again, the bottom is also carriage bolted, so this can fold up, but these support parts here cannot currently fold up. That was part of the design, but it wasn't something that I chose to do because it doesn't really affect my storage or my toe. Side fins are much, about half the size. but they work really, really well. And I'll actually go back to, let me pop back in tripod. Meanwhile, that's a 1973 Volkswagen thing. Excellent car. Okay. But this is easy. The linchpin stored up top. Pull that out. Slide those down. Pop that back into here. There you go. But it does support just fine. And obviously it hasn't been cleaned yet for the year. But one person can carry from one point to another. Okay. This is the important part. This is what I wanted to show you with the throws and attempted shots on goal. I want you to notice in particular when you hit the top portion of the angle, what happens to the rebound, then what happens to the bottom portion, because that comes into play if you want to pass off to somebody as you're taking a shot. The top one, if you miss on, try to miss on purpose, but it's going to come back in a grounder every time. Go straight down. And then if you're using the bottom portion, you can get some different angle rebounds to come off it based on where you toss it. And then if you want to, of course, make a goal, that's a little harder. Because the next part of this is the actual goal hole. And the goal hole is contained within the angle. So half of it is, straight up and down. The other half is pointed in the part that's 45 degrees. So that does make it quite a bit harder. Going to this goal over here, that of course, that's a real goal from the show. That was used in season 4. The Oath. Anders is seen playing on this goal in the gym. They have that little ring around the two holes. They do not have the collar that extends out like in episode 4 of season 2, Resistance. But basically you can see their angle about 22.5 degrees on that angle, and the bottom is closer to 35, 40, even 45. Haven't actually measured that, but probably should. That goal is fairly stable, but it's a show prop, so it's not something that we use. That's hopefully going to go in the house someday. Getting back to what you can do. Okay, I'm back. Probably actually leave that in there so you can see how long it takes to put those out. We usually don't bring the carriage bolts or take those out. We usually just fold the whole thing down. This is kind of what I mean with the shots, though. I mean, it's pretty significant bounce off the bottom. You need to use it for anything. And off the top, it's easily usable for other situations. The thing about those side fin points is they're so easy to build and they're so sturdy. You can make a whole court lined with them, and they work really, really well. I don't even have the pin in it right now, and see, it rockets right off the thing. Alright, then last but not least, this is the framework without anything connected to it. I haven't put that one together for the year yet, but it's all back there, ready to go for actually this Saturday. That's it. If you have any questions, let me know.